It's time for another blistering report from the front lines of the cultural war for a constitutional America. And now, here's your host, Charles Benninghoff.
What happens when an alien serves a prison sentence for a serious crime here in America? It seems like a simple question, doesn't it? Because federal law mandates that if an alien commits a crime so serious they have to go to prison for it, that alien is supposed to be automatically deported when the time is served. That's not happening. Hundreds of thousands of criminal aliens convicted of serious crimes are being turned loose in America instead of being deported. The reason why is because their home countries refuse to take aliens back, or so the government says. President Donald Trump has said he wants to make this problem a priority and he's going to solve it. Well, I don't think so unless he takes some strong action. That kind of strong action is presented by Republican Congressman Babin of Texas, who has introduced a bill to try to force countries to take back their foreign national prisoners. The bill is H.R. 82, the Criminal Alien Deportation Enforcement Act. This bill is a very good start, but I think it's got to be tougher. I'll tell you why. So, I'm going to tell you about this today, and I'm going to give you the opportunity to get engaged and be an action hero in the political process, and it's going to cost you not one thin dime. I'll let you know how you can send a personal letter to Representative Babin for free, detailing our plan to deport convicted criminal aliens to their home countries. You can edit that letter in any way you wish. Just click the edit link and it'll show you the way to do it. We don't censor in any way what you write. But first, let's talk about the problem itself, because a lot of people don't realize this is even happening. Here is Congressman Babin on Fox News with Tucker Carlson talking about countries that refuse to take back their criminal aliens. Take a look. Listen up. You'll be surprised.
So I didn't know, actually, until this campaign that this is a common occurrence, that other countries just say, we're not taking back this prison inmate, their foreign national, back into their country. This happens a lot?
Happens quite a bit, quite a bit. In fact, since 2013, the federal government has released 86,000 criminal aliens who have committed 231,000 crimes. And when they're supposed to be deported, as soon as they're released, and these countries are not taking them back, there's 15, 20 countries refusing to take these folks back, and they're roaming the streets.
Babin said there's 15 to 20 countries refusing to take them back, and they're roaming the streets. Now, don't be confused what streets they're being roamed, because it's the streets in America that are being roamed by these illegal alien crooks. Here's the perfect example of this. An illegal alien from Haiti named Jean Jacques was convicted of murder in Connecticut in 2001. You can see an ugly mugshot of his face right on our screen right now. You know, he got out of prison in 2016, and guess what he did? The Department of Homeland Security put him on a flight 3 times to send him back to his home country of Haiti. And each time, the Haitian government refused to repatriate this criminal. So, last year he murdered another woman in Connecticut, and now the criminal alien is back in prison here in the United States. This happens over and over and over and over again. Don't you remember that Katie Steinle in the sanctuary city of San Francisco? Another bad example. Her killer was deported as many as 8 times, but Mexico obviously didn't want him back either. He gunned down Miss Steinle on the San Francisco pier, and she died in her father's arms. So Congressman Babin has proposed H.R. 82, which does a couple of things to try to stop this problem. The bill cuts off all foreign aid to the nations refusing to take back these criminals. Plus, the bill cancels travel visas from that country until its government complies. As I mentioned, that's a good start, but it's not strong enough. I really do like the travel visa ban, but there's a problem with the foreign aid issue. First, all foreign aid, or foreign assistance as it's now called, is one of the biggest annual ripoffs in the United States budget. I predict that as a totally separate issue, America will drastically reduce foreign aid in the near term anyway. For example, Mexico is a now modernized, oil-rich country, and the only reason it's a poor country is because it has a socialist government, and even that's arguable. But America will be sending $134 million to Mexico this year alone in foreign aid. You won't believe this one. Communist China, the multi-billionaire country where they are buying up our Hollywood movie studios left and right, building islands in the middle of the ocean. It receives tens of millions of dollars in foreign aid from American taxpayers year in and year out. How do you like that one? The countries of Eastern Europe will receive $500 million this year. The only countries that are not receiving foreign aid from America this year are Canada, Australia, Russia, Japan, a handful of countries in Western Europe, and 3 nations in South America. Even Saudi Arabia, that oil-rich kingdom, Saudi Arabia, receives foreign aid from American taxpayers. Can you beat that? Those desert rats driving around in Rolls Royces, luxury cars up the gazoo, and they're paying for the cars with U.S. taxpayer money. They're laughing all the way to the bank. America is a land of suckers. We got to stop this. And that's why I think that foreign aid is going to be drastically reduced. Therefore, it's not going to be an important part of Babin's bill. We need to recognize this from the outset. I got a solution for it, though. Wait a second. And while all of this money is being sent out of America to these countries, many of which totally hate us, America has national dams collapsing in California, roads and bridges crumbling in all 50 states. Our kids can't read or do basic math. Our military has been gutted. Our inner cities are a mess. They're battle zones. They're combat zones. There's more deaths there, for example, in Chicago than there are in Syria and Iraq. And we're giving money away, even while Social Security is going broke and our oldsters are not having enough money even to buy food. And we're scrounging around, we're digging up holes trying to figure out how we're going to pay for the gate for Mexico. Well, I'm not an expert on foreign policy, but I'll bet that people in Alaska and Iowa and Louisiana and Texas and other states could put that foreign aid money to better use than the governments of India and Portugal. Don't you think? I think so. Foreign aid needs to be completely abolished until we put things back on track here in the USA. And it started, by the way, when I was born in the 40s. And it started because America was a powerhouse then. Now, we're just one country among many. China, Japan, Taiwan, Russia, all the countries of Europe produce a tremendous amount. I think this is just an old ego thing that the United States likes to have, and we don't need it. We need to serve our people here first. We need to put America first, as President Donald Trump has insisted. And then we can worry about other countries if we have to. I don't think we should, but if we have to. So that's the first step. Next, why stop at refusing to issue travel visas from countries that won't take back these criminal aliens? Well, I think what we ought to do is we ought to stop all travel completely, meaning ground their flights and don't let their ships dock at American ports. None of these airlines can get land in the USA, and their trade goods can float around doing circles out in the ocean on a ship until they take their criminals back. How you like that? Just shut them down. You won't take your criminals back? We won't take your airplanes in. That's tit for tat. It would take but a single sentence order from President Trump as soon as he learns the country won't take its crooks back. These are not people, folks, who have been receiving speeding tickets. We're talking about dangerous, prison-hardened criminals who are being released back on the streets in your neighborhood and mine. The crimes of these foreign nationals include drug trafficking, racketeering, prostitution, human trafficking, murder, and even terrorism. Indeed, a Muslim terrorist from Pakistan could serve a 15-year sentence for plotting to blow up a subway, and then the government will turn him loose in your city if his home country refuses to repatriate him. Congressman Babin's H.R. 82 has a little bit of partisanship support right now, but the bill has 39 co-sponsors, including one Democrat. But it needs to be stronger, and I think if it is stronger, it will get more support. Americans are being victimized by these foreign nationals because their home countries won't take them back. They have to go back, and we need to force Congress to take action. So here's how you can help, and I have a special offer for everyone today. You can use our messaging system on your action page to send a personal letter to Congressman Babin for absolutely no cost. It's a freebie. I call them freebies because we run these periodically, and freebie just sounds right. Be sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel and you'll receive an alert whenever we run a freebie. Tell Congressman Babin that you support his bill, but it needs to be stronger. All foreign aid should be gutted, period. And all travel from nations that refuse to repatriate criminal aliens should be suspended until they comply. This is our country. We have to take it back. So stay tuned because Bob Mallory will have instructions on the next screen letting you know how to get to our action page. This is Charles Benninghoff signing off and wishing you freedom, fulfillment, and God's many, many blessings.
If you're on our action page on our website, use the form next to the video screen to select a program and send personal letters to Congress. If you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook, click the icon appearing now to find the link to our action page, or check the video's description to find the link. Speak out today.